Good morning. I'd like to welcome everybody to the Bullish Network. Guys, I truly believe that something big behind the scenes is cooking. An article came out how Powell and Mnuchin became the duo in charge of saving the economy. Now, this is actually one hell of an article. It kind of makes you wonder, how did Powell and Mnuchin become in charge of saving the economy? Now, this is not financial advice. I'm just documenting my journey. If you guys can smash some thumbs up and hit that subscribe, rabbit hole time. Pretty much, guys, now we know we can connect Steve Mnuchin to executive order, which is ripples in there on page 192 and 194. Now, the common denominator between Powell and Mnuchin so far we know is Ripple. Jerome Powell is also on the Faster Payments Task Force, partnered up with Ryan Zagone. So for Powell and Mnuchin to become the duo in charge of saving the economy, it kind of made me wonder, can I tie Powell to Mnuchin prior to this initiative, the same way we tied Brian Brooks from Coinbase to Mnuchin when Mnuchin appointed Brian Brooks to the top banking regulator chair at the OCC? Now, I was wondering if he had the same pull with Powell, and I'm going to show you guys that within this video, so you do not want to miss this. I truly believe we are in the last mile for the global reset. So we'll talk about that 1 second. XRP, it's time. Mnuchin, Powell. Really quick, guys, I ran across this guy in Walmart. I just want everybody to stay safe. It seems like he has full protective gear on, mask, gloves. He's prepared. Also, guys, I ran across this. Bank of America lets 50,000 mortgage borrowers skip payments. So I do understand, and I hope everybody's staying safe. And I just wanted to bring this information because I believe it will help. Bank of America said, now this also retains to renters if you have a landlord, and I will explain how. Bank of America said it has agreed to allow 50,000 mortgage customers to defer payments for 3 months because they've lost income or as a result of the pandemic or epidemic. So what they are saying, the borrowers have all kinds of home loans, including some that are not federally backed, to qualify for the government forbearance program passed last week by Congress as part of a stimulus package. Homeowners must contact their lender and request help. So, guys, I was also explaining the live stream, and I will link the live stream in the description if you guys want to check out that channel. Say I have a good friend that just got a brand new car. They actually called their bank because they haven't been working, and they said she had to come in and sign some paper basically saying she wasn't working. So banks do have stimuluses there if you owe a car loan, and also if you pay rent to a landlord. I believe he has a mortgage on the place, and he is going to be forgiven for 3 months, or deferred for 3 months. So if you explain to your landlord the situation, he possibly could work with you because he's being worked with. Now, I'm not a financial advisor or a landlord, and I do not know landlord code either. But I'm just throwing this out there that it could be beneficial. Bank of America lets 50,000 mortgage borrowers skip payments for 90 days. Really, really good. Shout out to Ant1. Global banking system may need recapitalization and reconstructing. Now, this is IMF. Pressure on the banking system is growing, and higher defaults on debt are imminent. So, rules introduced following the 2008 global financial crisis have added hundreds of billions of dollars of extra capital and liquidity to the global banking system, arming lenders with ample reserves to continue lending to consumers and to honor multi-billion-dollar corporate credit lines, they have said. So pretty much, guys, this is kind of the setup for Mnuchin pushing Trump to pick Jerome Powell for Fed. So bingo, right there is the connection, guys. I could tie Jerome Powell to Mnuchin before he was at the main chair at the Fed, and Mnuchin pushing Trump to pick Jerome Powell for Fed. Now, Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin is strongly pushing for the White House to name Jerome Powell as the next chair of the Federal Reserve, the most powerful economic job in the U.S. government, according to 3 people close to the selection process. Mnuchin has privately recommended Powell to President Trump, according to one advisor close to the administration. Now, next article we get is Trump picks Jerome Powell to succeed as Fed chair. So pretty much Mnuchin, and it looks like I just said with the Mnuchin, Brian Brooks. Now Mnuchin recommended Powell. Now Powell is also on the Faster Payments Task Force. Clearly, guys, I believe we're at the last mile for globalization and tokenization. Now, how Powell and Mnuchin became the duo in charge of saving the economy. Clearly, you guys can see that there's something cooking. The deal makers face the biggest challenge yet: keep companies afloat long enough to get America past the epidemic. As economic devastation, so I'm not going to read that part, but Mr. Powell's relation with Mnuchin, comfortable friendship forged over weekly breakfasts and similar backgrounds in finance, suddenly morphed into a vital partnership. Mnuchin, who had been at a near constant contact with Powell as markets bled, agreed that the Fed ought to use the emergency lending authorities. On March 17th, the Fed Treasury Department announced that Mnuchin department would back the first $10 billion in losses on the new emergency lending program. So pretty much, guys, it's after the '08 financial crisis, they implemented stuff where the Treasury would have to sign off on loans at the Fed. So pretty much, what I'm saying is the Trump administration has single-handedly took control of the Fed Reserve. It looks that way to me. Now, guys, we know also that if you go right here, Federal Reserve commenced efforts at Faster Payments Task Force concludes. The Federal Reserve appreciates the work of the task force and is reviewing its recommendations, said the Federal Reserve Board Governor Jerome Powell, who co-chairs the Payment Improvement Initiative Oversight Committee. We are committed to advancing payment system improvements and look forward to communicating our next step within the few weeks. The Federal Reserve has a wide range role in the payment system, helping to ensure efficiency, integrity, accessibility. The Federal Reserve promotes these qualities as a leader, catalyst for change, and the provider of the payment system for financial institutions and the U.S. Treasury. So pretty much, guys, power move big time. Who's going to bail out the U.S.? I believe they're going to crank that money printer up. That's for sure. So pretty much, guys, and I was going to pull up the Jerome Powell and Ryan Zagone connections, but I think, if you're into crypto, we pretty much understand that Ryan Zagone and Jerome Powell has been working on the Faster Payments Task Force with Ripple. They're on page 192 and 194. Also, we know Steve Mnuchin is directly responsible for the Executive Order 13772 with Ripple's in there and Greg Phillips, and here's Jerome Powell. The common denominator of all these big players is Ripple. I thought this was a pretty good article right here. So that's pretty much our rabbit hole, guys. If you can't see the writing on the wall or what's going on behind the scenes or all these common denominators or Ripple, I truly believe that we are working on a global currency, and I believe the epidemic is what's going to propel the want and need for a digital dollar. Because, like I said, even when I go to Walmart, the only time I have any kind of contact with anybody or anything is when I use my currency. I go to the Mac machine, it hands me currency. Currency is the only time I expose myself to the epidemic, I believe. So I truly believe that fear will create more of a demand for digital currency or mobile applications, XRP. So that's my belief right there. Shout out to Token Vision. March, quiet month for VeChain. BYD, biggest EV maker, announces EV car charging, tagging VET. Shanghai Gas Energy and Service rollout VET government project. Item DApp develop core epidemic app on VET protocol. Legendary VC. I apologize. Legendary VC Jim Breyer has VET as only crypto. I think this was a really good article right here. It said big time investor Jim Breyer says he no longer has ETH in his portfolio, only VeChain. Maybe they put it in here somewhere. Maybe it's on this one. Okay. This is Breyer Capital, VeChain. VeChain is the only one left in his profile versus it used to be Ethereum in here. Here's Breyer Capital, so that's pretty huge. Shanghai Gas collaborates with VeChain to roll out blockchain-powered energy as service platform after successful test phase. March 31st, 2020. That's VeChain. So it looks like VeChain is still doing what we want it to do, and it is listed on Binance US. Also, guys, you can follow me on Instagram. I will link that in the description. So what do you guys think? Is there something big going on behind the scenes? How Powell and Mnuchin became the duo in charge of saving the economy? Clearly, executive order is about to be rolled out. Okay, guys, the Bullish Network logo will come down right now. Smash that logo to subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate your time. If you enjoy the content, can you smash that thumbs up and hit that subscribe? And let me know what you think in the comments. Much love. Mahalo. Stay safe.